Jungkook and Jimin take the same flight to prepare for the 2026 global project. The latest news rocked the K-pop world again after several international airline passengers claimed to see BTS's Jungkook and Jimin on the same flight to an undisclosed destination. Blurry photos circulating on social media show two figures with casual looks, wearing masks and hats, but fans quickly recognized the distinctive features of their style. From then on, armies around the world began to speculate that Jungkook and Jimin's presence on the same flight was no coincidence. Many believe the two are on a journey to prepare for a major global project in 2026, something fans have been waiting for a long time. It was a coincidence that they were on the same plane. Moreover, the year 2026 is touted as a big era for BTS. It could be the start of something big. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Rumors about BTS's global project in 2026 have been circulating for a long time." Some observers of the Korean music industry even hinted that there were plans for a transcontinental collaboration involving BTS members, either in groups or subunits. The presence of Jungkook and Jimin on the same flight further strengthened the suspicion that the two would spearhead the big breakthrough. Speculation is rife. Will they prepare for an international duet album, a world tour, or a collaboration with a top global artist? Until now, there has been no official confirmation from HYB, but this rumor is enough to make the name Jungkook trending again on various platforms, not only because of the project, but also because Jungkook and Jimin's interaction always brings its own warmth to ARMY. Just seeing the two walking side by side at the airport is enough to make fans flood with emotions, especially if it is true that they are preparing something monumental. If it's true that they're working on a global project, I'm sure this will be one of the biggest moments in BTS history, one fan said. That morning, the atmosphere of the international airport suddenly more crowded than usual. Although there was no official announcement, some fans who happened to be at the location immediately realized the existence of two very familiar figures. They wore all black casual clothes, masks, and hats to cover their faces. However, their body language and aura were too distinctive to miss. Some witnesses said Jungkook had walked a few steps in front of Jimin, but then he looked back as if to make sure that Jimin was not left behind. The brief moment was captured on a fan's phone camera and quickly circulated on social media. Jungkook looks at Jimin like a little brother who doesn't want to leave his brother alone, one netizen commented. Not only that, there are also reports that before entering the security check area, Jimin patted Jungkook's shoulder with a small laugh, making the tense atmosphere around them suddenly feel warm. Although the sound of their conversation was not clear, the facial expressions recorded by the camera showed a familiar moment between the two. Jungkook looked nervous, but as soon as Jimin patted him on the shoulder, he immediately smiled. It moved me to see how deeply they bond. One ARMY member wrote on a community forum.it is these small details that further heat up speculation that this trip is not just a personal one. Many fans believe Jimin and Jungkook were spotted together because they were preparing for something big. It's not just a coincidence. Seeing them together at the airport is a strong signal that 2026 will be a historic year for BTS, said one fan.as soon as they entered the aircraft cabin. Several passengers who happened to be in business class immediately noticed the presence of the two big stars. Despite trying to maintain privacy, Jimin and Jungkook still could not completely avoid the eyes of the passengers. Witnesses said that Jungkook chose to sit by the window, while Jimin sat next to him. The sight immediately triggered small whispers from the other passengers, as it was clear how much more comfortable they were sitting next to each other than apart. According to one passenger, the two were seen talking in low tones. Jimin seemed to lean towards Jungkook several times, as if he was giving input or maybe just talking lightly to cheer him up. Jungkook, who had looked serious, then laughed a little after hearing Jimin's words. The atmosphere is so warm, like two friends who have been through a lot together. Even without a voice, their facial expressions speak volumes, said one of the witnesses. Even more interesting, some passengers noticed that Jungkook had handed his earphones to Jimin, make the two listen to something together. Is that new music? Or maybe a secret demo for the 2026 project? That moment seemed to reinforce fans' suspicions that there was something bigger behind their journey. If they listened to something together on the plane, it's definitely not a coincidence. It must have something to do with new music. One ARMY member wrote on social media, "It didn't take long, photos and short stories from other passengers spread widely on the internet." Jimin and Jungkook sitting next to each other on a plane to America became a trending topic in a matter of hours. Fans from all over the world flooded timelines with speculation, theories, up to the expectation that this trip is indeed related to a big comeback or a global collaboration that will be announced next year. As soon as the plane landed at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, the atmosphere of the airport suddenly changed. US Army had heard rumors of their arrival since the day before, so hundreds of fans gathered in the international arrivals area. Some even carried banners, balloons, and posters reading "Welcome Jimin and Jungkook" and 2026 Global Project, we're ready. Not only fans, dozens of entertainment journalists and major media are also waiting for their presence. The presence of Jimin and Jungkook is definitely a big topic, given that speculation of BTS's global project for 2026 has long been circulating. As soon as the arrival door opened, Jungkook and Jimin walked side by side with calm steps. Jungkook looks casual in a black leather jacket and a simple mask, while Jimin looks stylish with a long beige coat that makes him stand out in the crowd, despite being surrounded by tight security fans. Cameras managed to capture the moment Jungkook occasionally turned to Jimin, as if to make sure his partner was okay in the crowd. The small moment immediately made ARMY moved, seeing how Jungkook's attention to Jimin never faded. The screams of fans echoed inside the airport. Some shouted, "We love you, Jungkook," while others chanted, "Jimin, you're our angel." The two members could only smile a little behind their masks, but Jimin's eyes were teary when he heard their names being called lovingly. What made the atmosphere even more attention-grabbing was when Jungkook spontaneously waved to the fans, then patted Jimin's shoulder, as if to calm down as well as signal togetherness. The ARMY who witnessed the moment firsthand shouted hysterically, making the arrival area even more uproarious. It didn't take long. The video of their arrival was widely spread on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Some international entertainment media even highlighted their togetherness. Billboard magazine wrote, "Jimin and Jungkook's arrival at LAX sparks new wave of reunion speculation for BTS 2026." Variety added, "The duo's chemistry and warm interaction upon arrival prove that BTS magic is still alive." Jimin and Jungkook's arrival in America is not just an ordinary trip, but a symbol of the new hope that is now growing in the hearts of the ARMY. From the warm looks, the small interactions, to the non-stop cheers at the airport, all those moments prove that the bond between the two, and also with the fans, is still so strong. Speculation about a global 2026 project is growing, and more are convinced that whatever they are preparing will be something monumental. Jungkook and Jimin have shown, both through their togetherness and attitude, that BTS is not just a music group, but rather a phenomenon that continues to unite millions of hearts around the world. Now, all eyes are on their next move. ARMY can only wait, while still keeping the faith. Whatever comes from Jimin, Jungkook, and BTS will always be a special gift to the world.